Hi. This here's going to be Pony Blues by Charley Patton. Pony Blues, some people say Charley Patton wrote Pony Blues, but it's hard to say, you know. Some Henry Sloan or, you know, somebody might have written it. That Henry Sloan was one of his mentors who never recorded. Or Pony Blues might have just gone back to the slavery era songs like Can't Get the Saddle on the Old Gray Mule and things like that. Nobody quite knows where it came from. But his version, the Pony Blues that we know today is because of Charley Patton. He popularized that song. People think he wrote that when he was maybe in his teens, and he just developed it over the years and had different versions of it. And he used the same song structure for other songs that he played, like Rattlesnake Blues and who knows how many others, because he only recorded, you know, so many of his repertoire. But he, during his lifetime, was, you know, writing, according to Booker Miller, one of his playing associates who was interviewed by Gilding Wardlow in the 60s, he would write just 6 or 8 songs at a time and just disappear and, you know, play all over the place, and then eventually come back and he'd write more songs and go out. I mean, he was just writing songs constantly. So who knows how many versions of Pony Blues there were. But the Pony Blues that he recorded in his first recording session in Indiana in 1929 was hugely influential. I mean, just the record alone, far less his touring and playing all over the place. Touring, we call it now. It just influenced all kinds of people. The famous opening lines, "Catch my pony, saddle up my black mare," or sometimes it's "Hitch up my buggy, saddle up my black mare," just can be heard in all different recordings from all different regions of the South, not only the Delta, but it certainly influenced his peers like Son House and Big Joe Williams and Tommy Johnson, and just, you know, many, many, many people. And it was a dance blues. It was, you know, it's more upbeat. It was intended more for a dancing type environment or situation. Not all of the songs were like that. Certainly some of them were listening pieces in the traditional blues sense, like Banty Rooster Blues, or, well, no, actually that's not true. Banty Rooster Blues belongs to a category known as dry screw, or it's also shimmy she wobble. It was an end of the night kind of a dance, so I was wrong about that. That's a dance tune, actually, technically speaking. But When Your Way Gets Dark, that's one that, you know, it's danceable, but Pony Blues is really more of a dance tune, and he wrote around dance steps, you know, Charley Patton. Some of the other guys did too, but Charley Patton really was conscious of it, because he was a very successful professional musician who played all over the place and made pretty decent living doing it for his time and place. He was a pretty well-educated guy, and for his time and place again, you know, he would write around things like the Charleston or the Lindy Hop, 1-step, 2-step, shimmy she wobble, stuff like that. So he knew what the current trends were. He was always working with that. You know, he was a crowd pleaser fundamentally. You know, he could please crowds, and he, you know, had all these tricks, and people, you know, many people have talked about, and I will talk about too, his performing prowess. You know, all I can really say about that is it's a shame that he never got filmed. You know, that would have been really something to see. But he was like Hendrix before Hendrix. He did all the stuff, you know, that Hendrix is famous for, and other stuff. And was just a wild man, a wild man with a guitar. But he was also a genius composer, and an incredible singer. Like, he was the best. There was nobody better than Charley Patton. in my book. The quality of timing in his voice, which was shared to some extent with other of his contemporaries, he really had it in the sort of fullest expression that I'm aware of. You know, again, maybe his mentor Henry Sloan or others, you know, had this same quality, but he just had a sense of time and intelligence to the timing of his voice that was far beyond anybody else, and what might have probably was one of the reasons why he was so popular. That, and he played the guitar differently. Like he was a great guitarist, but he wasn't a flashy guitarist. And he just played, you know, in a slightly different way. Charlie Musselwhite has described it as sort of tough sounding. You know, it was kind of tough sounding guitar. It sounds like it's not guitar by somebody that's like, you know, shredding and trying to like show off their guitar playing chops. It's guitar of somebody who's really a genius composer, but who's got this incredible voice, and they're really trying to showcase their voice. And the guitar becomes kind of almost like an afterthought, but it happens to be the most brilliant afterthought. You know, it's like just like, you know, you listen through his voice and you're like, well, how did he think of that? Like, how did he think of that accompaniment to follow that vocal line there? You know, and he just, I mean, all his contemporaries who played with him will say, you know, he just approached the guitar differently than other people. And it may have had something to do with his tutelage under Henry Sloan and others at Dockery Farms and places like that. But it could just be who he was, you know, as a musician, what he brought, so to speak, to the table, just on his own, as a talent out of the wild, so to speak. And anyway, Charley Patton, check him out. Okay, Pony Blues. Baby, catch my pony, I love my black man. Baby, catch my pony, I love my black man. I won't find a rider, baby, in this world wide. Oh, say girl, don't matter with your life. Hell, send battle along with your life. Come a storm at night, told quiet down. Got a brand new Chevy, now ready to rain. A brand new Chevy, baby, all ready to rain. Just get in the saddle, tighten up on your rest. tell you